Hey guys, I'm back and I'm going to be doing my fourth update to my Wheel of Lippies project pan. I've been working on 10 Lippies for the past month. If you're unfamiliar with this project, with my rules, I'll have the playlist of my intro and previous updates linked down below, as well as I believe I have a brief overview of the rules also in the description box, so make sure to check that out. I also link all of my other project pans in the description box, so if you like project panning and you want to just see what else I have going on, I organize everything into playlists. You can just hit play and watch intro to most current update, because that is my favorite way to watch project pans. Without further ado, let's hop straight into this update. Starting from the product that has been in this project the longest. In my first update, I rolled in this Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Lip Oil. My goal was to use this 3 times. I used it 2 times in the month of February and then 1 more additional time in the month of March. I've hit my goal on this product. I really like this gloss. It's easy to use. It's definitely more of like a summer shade for me. I think I struggled wearing it with the clearly cool tones that I have rolled into my pan those eyeshadows and other project pans at the moment. Just cohesively, lippies like this have been working a little bit better for me. But with that being said, I still really love this, and days where I was like dreaming of summer, I just thought that was such a stunning look. And I definitely can see myself just reaching for this naturally because it's a nice formula and a beautiful color. The second product is one that I rolled in February, which was my second update, or at the end of February. I used it once before my third update, and I've used it 4 times since my last update for a total of 5 uses. Here is a swatch. I have 4 more uses to go. I'm wearing it today under a gloss, and I think this is such a pretty color. It's actually really easy to reach for. I just haven't been thinking of using it. I think I just need to commit, just say I'm gonna wear this every day this week and then just do it, because I do really like it. It's just when I've got so many lip products, especially with all of the bright colors that I'm painting right now, it just kind of gets forgotten about, but I do think it's really pretty. Then the next product is Pure liquid lipstick, and about last night my goal was to use it 5 times. I used it once at my third update, and I have used it 1 additional time since my last update for a total of 2 uses. I need to use this 3 more times. This is another one that I think I really want to buckle down and focus on because it is beautiful. It's a little patchy. This is one where I really thought I was going to keep it, but we're going to talk about this later. I think I might have comparable shades to this, and it might not be worth holding on to it since it is kind of hard to wear. Then the next lippy that I was working on this past month is NARS Burning Love, which is this one. My goal was to use it 7 times. I had used it 5 times at my last update, and I used it 2 additional times this past month for a total of 7 uses, and this is what this shade is looking like. I am actually going to talk about this in conjunction with another shade because I need to compare them. So then I also, in my last update, rolled in the shade Staying Alive by NARS, which is this more purpley bright color. I used this 4 times since my last update. My goal was 6 uses, so I need to use it 2 additional times in the upcoming month. So it's still rolled in, but I found it way easier to reach for this one, and I had to force myself to reach for those 2 additional times because I really wanted to roll this out. I used it and I chose Burning Love over Staying Alive, not because I wanted it for that look, but because I was I only need 2 more uses. I just want to roll it out. So this is actually going in the declutter pile, because if I have to force myself to use something, if I have 2 things in the same formula and I vastly prefer one color over the other, I think it's time to let this one go. Also, I don't know if you can tell, but this one's just very sheer and kind of patchy. It's hard to get an even layer, whereas this one is just, there's something slightly different about either the pigment or the formula. I find this one much easier to use, and I get less of that draggy, patchy look. So this one, I need 2 more uses in the upcoming month. Then the next product that I rolled in my February update is this Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Petal. My goal was to use it 7 times. I had used it once at my previous update, and I've used it 6 more times since then. The 6th time was today. I'm wearing it over that Charlotte Tilbury shade. I love this gloss. Over lip liners by itself, over lipsticks, it's just stunning. And I am definitely keeping it. Very easy to wear, not plumping like my Buxom glosses are, but slightly more pigmented than them, so I think it works a little bit nicer on its own. Then the next shade is Dior lip liner in the shade Brown Fig. My goal was to use this 7 times. I'd used it 3 times at my previous update, and I used it 4 additional times since then, so for a total of 7 uses. I actually sharpened this last night. Sharpener hack. Okay, first of all, my mom was like, yeah, that's what everyone did in I guess when my mom was a teenager. But if you put your lip liners in the freezer for 5-ish minutes and then sharpen them, they're so much easier and you don't break. That is my one complaint about these, is that the formula is so creamy. They're really hard to sharpen, and it's kind of like the Urban Decay whatever liners, those pencil liners. I have a hard time sharpening it because it's so creamy that it falls, it gets stuck in the sharpener. I did this yesterday. It worked so well, and this color is stunning. I love these lip liners. I will not be getting rid of any of them, I can assure you, but regardless of that, I think this color is really pretty. It's a little bit more brown than Charlotte Tilbury, but there's something very neutral about it that I really love. So yeah, 7 out of 7 uses, definitely keeping that. That concludes the products that were rolled in at my second update. Now we're moving on to the products that were rolled in at my third update. First, we've got L'Oreal Lacquer and Roll. My goal was to use this 4 times, and I used it once in the previous month. So this is one that I will be holding on to in the upcoming month, and I need to use it 3 more times. I do think that's doable. This is beautiful. I love wearing it. It's just definitely expired. So I'm curious to, well, see, now it doesn't smell expired. It smells like it usually does. I'm curious, I want to reach for it 3 more times before I make my decision, but it's so pretty of a color, but it's a discontinued formula. We already discussed Staying Alive by NARS. Next is Buxom Full-On Plumping Lip Liner in the shade Espionage. I needed to use it 2 times, and I used it 2 times in the past month. It's this beautiful purpley shade. This was so easy to reach for. I used it once as a lip liner, with the shade About Last Night from Pure, and I used it once just as a lip product all over my lips alone. Both were stunning. It's a really beautiful formula, and I understand why Buxom discontinued and reformulated them, but I think this original formula is perfection. So this I'm definitely keeping. And then from my last product is Bite Chai lipstick. My goal was to use it 3 times. I actually used it 0 times in the past month, and I need to reach for it again. Shouldn't be too hard. Now, hopefully I don't have a ton of uses on the products that I roll in today, and then maybe I can get some usage on these products and get some rolled out for the next update. So 5 rollouts, 5 staying in. Let's hop straight into rolling in some products. I also hit my goal on the 2 products that I had hand selected. So I will be hand selecting 2 of the products that I roll in today. So that means we are going to be rolling in 3 shades. I have a random number generator pulled up on my laptop. I have 113 eligible products. And if I roll in something that's already rolled in, I'll obviously skip it and move on to the next number. So we have 73, 34, 95. Perfect. I am going to go grab these products and pick and hand select my 2 products, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back and I have pulled those lip products. Number 34 was Twig by MAC, which is one of my favorite shades by them. It is such a easy, everyday, wearable shade. I have used one of these up. It was about half, like I panned it when it was about half used up, and I had no problem doing so because this was such an easy shade to reach for at the time. But sometimes my preferences do change, and then I'll go back and I'll wear something that I used to wear all the time, no problem, and I'll be like, I don't know if this flatters me anymore. Then the next shade was from Kat Von D. This is one of their original liquid lipsticks, and it's in the shade Bachelorette. Another hot fuchsia pink. Do you think I have enough of these in my collection? I don't know if I just happen to be rolling all of them in and it's a coincidence, or if I just have like half hot pinks. This is a stunning color. I love this lipstick, and I am curious to see how many uses we roll in for this. And then number 95 was a lip pencil by NARS in the shade Bahama. This is one of their velvet lip pencils. And this color is much more like almost gray than I was anticipating. Next to all of these other shades, it looks almost like muted in a very interesting way, kind of comparable to Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. So we'll see how this wears on the lips. And then for the 2 products that I wanted to roll in, I don't have a red. I have like every other color. So I thought I would roll in a red just because I do like a good red lip every now and again. So I decided to roll in this Be Legendary lipstick from Smashbox in the shade Bing. At one point, this was my favorite red. I think my Givenchy lipstick has duked it out, so I would like to get some uses on this and decide if this is something that is worth keeping. Also, these are discontinued and probably expired, so I just don't know if... I'm curious to see how I find wearing it over the next couple of months. And then because I don't have any glosses rolled in anymore, I rolled out both of my glosses. I thought I would roll in something that's easy to wear and easy to pair with the other lipsticks that I have rolled in right now. And I picked the shade Blushing Margarita from Buxom. This is one of their full-on lip creams. This is a really pale shade, but I thought it was a nice nude and would pair nicely with other things. So hopefully this will be easy to use in my upcoming weeks. So I'm going to now roll for how many uses I'll need for each of these 5 products. Now, before I roll, I'm realizing that at my current pace of hitting 5 to 8 goals every month and rolling in 5 to 8 or even like 4 to 8 lip products a month isn't going to help me get to my goal of like going through all of them by the end of the year. I was already on thin ice at best, so I've decided to lower my maximum number of uses to 8 for now, just because I have noticed that the products where I have 9 or 10 uses are taking me multiple months to reach for. Even if it's a product that I love, like Kat Von D Miss Argentina, this Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. So I'm moving it down to 8. I think that'll still give me a good idea of what I think of the product, but will hopefully help me roll through these products a little bit faster. The updates will be more exciting, and then at the end, I'll at least have a larger group of products to declutter through, and then I can decide how I would like to address the rest of the products in my collection. So I'm going to randomly generate a number of uses between 1 and 8 for these 5 products. That'll be 2 for MAC Twig, 4 for Kat Von D Bachelorette, 3 for NARS Bahama, 7 for Buxom Blushing Margarita, and 4 for Smashbox Bing. So those are my usage goals for the 5 products that I rolled in today. And then as a refresher, I need to use Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk 4 more times, L'Oreal Lacquer and Roll 3 more times, NARS Staying Alive 2 more times, and Bite Chai 3 times in order to roll things out. Oh, and Pure About Last Night 3 more times. that's a lot of like uses. If I was just going to be wearing one at a time, hopefully with this lip gloss I can wear things in little lip combos like I'm doing today. And most of all, I really want to, experiment, play with some makeup in the upcoming month, maybe do some more get ready with me's over on Instagram. So if that sounds good for you, please stick around. Let me know what you think of this video in the comment section down below. And most of all, I hope you are having an incredible, awesome day wherever you are, and that I get to see you in a future video. Thanks, guys.